Finally getting my head around making a little review of activity trackers I have personally used, what I think of them, and at the end I'm going to throw in what I would choose now, knowing what I know. So I'm going to talk about activity tracker as a watch. I used a Garmin Polar strap, which is literally a strap you wrap around your chest, and ring, or a ring. First things first is you need to understand why you want one. I don't particularly rely on them, but I used my first one was a Garmin watch. I only got it because I was in university. I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work, then go to university, come back to work, then go do some cardio, do whatever else not. And I just wanted to see how active I am. Even though I was up like 16, 20 hours some days, I was barely doing 5,000 steps. So that was my reason to get one. But, and then obviously I had more advanced things and whatnot. So I got my Polar strap just because I want to check my recovery rate. And I got Oura ring only because it was on massive discount. And that was pretty much it. So first things first, price. Out of these three I have used, Garmin watch is just over 100 quid. Polar strap is for a bit bigger people like myself, it's around 75. Some awkward colors you can get for 60 odd quid. I wouldn't really care about color. And Oura ring is, I think at the moment is around £220. Over Christmas they had a discount. You could have got it for 260. So they dropped it from 320 to 60. Now it's 220. So if you want to get it now, that's probably the best time. So out of all those three, Polar strap is the cheapest. That's just simple as. Comfort wise, Garmin watch for someone like myself would probably be the most comfortable in regards of how it feels on you. So you put it on your arm, walk around, you don't really think anything of it. It's water resistant, you can get in shower with it, you can get in a bath with it, you can go for a swim with it, it doesn't matter. So it's quite comfortable, and you can train with it in a gym as well. So unless you always use your straps or whatnot, which I don't, that probably comfort wise for myself personally was the most easy to use throughout. Polar strap, you need to unpack it, you need to strap it, then you need to take it off. It needs to be slightly wet when you put it on. So comfort wise, this is probably not the best. So if you want just something to throw on you and walk around, I would go for a watch or a ring. As comfortable as it might look like, it annoys the hell out of me. It's so thick, and you can't train with it because you're gonna scratch it. And if you lift really heavy weights, you don't really want to damage something that's 300 quid worth. So from comfort side of view, I would go for this. If you don't train, this is probably a great option, to be honest. Like Oura ring would probably be extremely comfortable for you, and it looks nice on your arm. So if you don't train, these two are kind of equal. If you do train, I would probably go for a watch. But then next one is accuracy of what it tracks. Garmin tracks your sleep, your training, your steps. Polar watch, Polar strap tracks your HRV, your ability to recover, and your training. So this one is more accurate towards training because you actually put it next to your heart. So it tracks your calories burned, your intensity, your heart rate, all those kind of things. Out of these three, this is the most accurate one. Oura ring, it counts steps whilst you're driving. It counts steps whilst you're reading. Just like I literally had a drive down on Christmas Day, and it had counted 300 minutes of active activity, whatever. I had literally sat on my ass all day. So out of that point of view, that's activity accuracy. So don't forget that. That's number one. They track also other things. So like Garmin will track your sleep. and Oura Ring will track your sleep as well. I wouldn't go to bed with this bloody polar strap around your chest. You can do, but it will be extremely uncomfortable. So for sleep tracking, your ring probably will be the best, because it not only measures if you have moved throughout the night, but it also measures your temperature changes of your body. It doesn't measure exact temperature of your body, but it measures if your temperature changes through the night, which can often highlight if you have some kind of infections that you don't even know about. So in that sense, sleep accuracy will be the best for Oura Ring and Garmin watch as well. But Garmin watch doesn't track your body temperature changes, so it kind of does not predict if you have some kind of misalignment. That being said, I don't care if I have slept well or not. I don't need someone to tell me you have slept so many hours. I just need to know if I'm good to go. And in that sense, if you track this in the morning, drop it on for 2 minutes, it will check your HRV, it will check your resting heart rate, it will tell you exactly if you have slept well or not. So you don't need to have something on you all night just to show you if you have recovered or not. So this kind of cancels these out. But at the same time, like I said, you need to understand why you're wearing one. Next one is tracking. So this probably would have made sense if I had put it higher up. But so your Garmin watch, it tracks your steps, it tracks your training, it gives you like little badges if you have hit your steps multiple times in a day, so you have a little incentive or trying to do better every day, and all those kind of things. So it tracks your sleep, it tracks your activity. Don't think there was much more else really, because you can put your body weight and all those kind of things, but you can link it to any other app. Polar strap, it tracks your HRV, which is what Garmin don't do. And in my opinion, that's more important than just your steps. 10,000 steps and 10,000 active steps are massive difference. And this is why Oura Ring kind of stands out in this. Oura Ring tracks not only your steps, but active minutes. So not how many steps you have done, but how many of those steps are actually challenging to you and make you work harder. So I can be at work 10,000 steps a day, and that's not going to impact anything in my life. And I can do 5,000 steps that are active steps, that are carrying something around and all those kind of things. They are actually challenging me and making my body adapt and become better in long run. So that's when Oura Ring is really good. And because it's comfortable to wear all day through, this kind of cancels out the Polar's like extremely precise tracking. Next are apps. So Garmin, it has nice app. Like I said, it gives you little badges about everything. You can compete with people who have Garmin watch as well. You can invite your friends there. You can chat to them. You can challenge them. Let's do 10,000 step challenge every day. Let's do 15,000 step. All those kind of things. So it's kind of good for creating a little community. With Polar, you have multiple app availability. I use Polar HRV, Polar app for tracking activity I do, for tracking the amount of intensity I put in my workouts, all those kind of things. And then Elite HRV app just to track my ability to recover. So 2 different apps for 2 different things. And I kind of like that. I don't like that they mix each other. And for Oura Ring, it's quite advanced. It looks posh and it tracks all kind of million things. But like I said, it can become a bit overwhelming. So this is where it comes to why you are trying to get activity tracker to begin with. So what's the purpose? What's the outcome of having an activity tracker? Why you want one? So what is the emotion you want to get out of having this data that you otherwise wouldn't have? And how are you going to achieve that? So what you're going to extrapolate out of that data, and how you're going to use that to better yourself. When you put all this together, my personal preference is I would go for Polar strap personally. Cheapest, it measures exactly what I wanted to measure, which is HRV. I don't need an app to tell me how many steps I've done through the day. I know exactly if I have been active or not. If anything, it's distracting. Oh, how many more steps I need to do today? It's just that. For myself, I don't really focus on how many steps I have done. I focus on how many intense enough activity I have done throughout the day, which Oura Ring highlights extremely well. But I need to take it off every time I train, which pisses me off. And it kind of loses a sense of having something so expensive that I don't use at the times when I need it the most. And same with like accuracy. So because Polar Strap is the only one who can, the closest to as accurate it can be to track how much energy I expend throughout my training session, then these others are just little tools for someone who is not so bothered about training as I am. So if you are going to gym to just do your cardio, do your little things, one of these would be probably the better choice for you. I am more into acknowledging how hard I actually train and how well I recover, so I can pull the data out, compare it, and then adjust my training sessions, adjust my rest days, adjust everything else. So that's why I would personally go for Polar Strap. Cheap, reliable, measures exactly what I need, and because I need to get up in the morning just to check how well have I recovered, instead of just checking my watch or checking up on Oura Ring, it kind of puts me in a habit on reflecting towards the days that's coming. If I use Garmin watch or if I use Oura Ring just to reflect how well I slept, I can just turn it on, oh, I had good sleep, and do nothing. Or, oh, sleep was shit, let's nap for another 2 hours. Whereas this Polar Strap, I'll measure my HRV, I'll measure my morning readiness. I need to get out of bed to do that. I need to sit down for 2 minutes to measure that. And within those 2 minutes, I can start reflecting, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. When I get my measurement out, right, I haven't slept well. My diet needs to be on point today. I'm not going to train as hard today. I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do these things just to make sure that tomorrow I have a really good training session, I'm really productive at work, all those kind of things. So this is why I prefer this one. Like, if you have money to waste, Oura Ring is great. It measures a lot of things. And I'll be honest, out of those many things, I don't use any of them. So I'll have a look on my HRV, I'll have a look on my sleep score, and at the same time, because I know how unreliable data from it is, I just don't trust it. That's why I still have my Polar Strap. I actually bought a second Polar Strap. This is one downfall of Polar Straps. They get broken, worn out, something like that, quite quick if you use them often. What I mean by that, so there's a downfall, but to be honest, they are really quick on just sending you a new one if that happens. But I have had one strap where I just lost connectability with it. So it was still working, but my phone just couldn't detect it anymore. So whereas this watch lasted me 4 or 5 years. But like I said, it did not track heart rate variability, which is extremely important for someone like me who is pushing hard every single day. And I don't only need my body to be physically ready, I need it to be mentally fresh as well. So HRV tracking is extremely important. So that's why this one just goes out of the window straight away. I'm not going to use that anymore. I'm going to stick to Polar Strap or Oura Ring. Oura Ring, it's going to be with me until it bloody dies off. When it dies off, I'm not going to buy a new one. I'm just going to stick with Polar Strap. Hope it helps. Drop me your opinion. Like I said, this is my personal review only on things I have used and actively use every single day. And I'm going to drop in link where I got these from. Try it out, let me know what you think. I know most of the clients I work with have Polar Strap and they absolutely love it. So, but it's your personal choice. If you don't really need anything like that, to be honest. But it's a great tool to have. So hope it helps. And I'll chat to you later.